各位观众晚上好，我们今天要玩1979伊朗革命 or as we know it in English, 1979 Revolution Black Friday. Hello everyone, welcome to our new game. As you might know, we finished Lunar Eternal 2 Eternal Blue Complete, at least the main story, on Friday. So we actually will we will probably return to the game for the epilogue, which itself is sort of like a mini sequel. But until then, we are moving off and going on to 1979 Revolution Black Friday. Before we get started, this game's pretty short, so the projection is that it'll probably take this entire week to finish it, but that's about what I expected. And we're playing the Switch version, so I'm using my Switch Pro controller. This game was made in 2016. The port is 2018, because obviously the Switch didn't exist in 2016. Or it wasn't released yet. The developer's Ink Studios, I believe. And the writer of the game is actually from Iran. He's, let's see, let me grab his name. Very important. So it's Navid Khonsari. I know I can't speak Farsi, so if I'm butchering that name, I do apologize. But, yeah, so this game, a very quick... Sorry, I'm just manipulating some windows here. Very quick backdrop. So this game takes place a little bit before the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which changed the regime. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened afterwards that, like, you could probably look that up yourself, and, like, it's pretty complicated. Even I don't know all the details, but, like, I picked this game because it was very interesting. No, but well, it looked very interesting because it's actually more like somewhat like historical fiction, but not historical fiction because some of it's real too. And let me fix the overlay. I don't know why this broke, but give me one sec. Yeah, I don't know why that happened there. Why both of them broke, but anyway. So, but this port is from 2018, so this is a pretty new game. And of course, we'll be grading it as such. And so it's indie, it's relatively from a pretty small studio, Ink Studios. I don't know too much about them myself, but all I know is that, like, the writer himself was a child during the events of the revolution. So a lot of the research went into making sure that these were somewhat representative of the events that happened. And yeah, the mature filter's on, because if you are a child, this game is intense. It's not going to be pleasant or very happy, honestly, from what I've heard, because it's about a very bloody revolution. So if you're kids, I'm warning you guys, please, if you are watching this as children, please have them, like, not watch. Or if you're an edgy teenager, I guess you can watch it, but it's going to be pretty bitter. There's not, I guess, bittersweet, but anyway, or sometimes bitter, fully bitter. So it's about historical events that happened in 1979 and 78 actually. So yay for that. It's going to be quite a different mood from the previous game, and I think it'll be a good week-long stream. So let's get started. The game actually could be played in Farsi, but the audio is always in English. The voice acting is originally only in English, so there is no other voice track, so we'll be hearing it in the language most of us can speak. Or all of us can speak. So, good for us. And we will not play any of the other games here. Alright, let's go ahead and begin. 1979 Revolution. Viewer discretion is advised. Yeah, if you're not comfortable with this kind of content, and of course, since this involves, like, I guess, very recent history, like, please keep it civil if you're gonna try to argue. I'm not here to judge about how the current regime in Iran is like, or the current geopolitical situation is right now, but we're just going to observe this as lovers of history and about events that happened 40 years ago. So obviously, as a mature filter, you guys are allowed to talk about certain topics, but within reason, of course. Yeah, please don't attack people for their political viewpoints. Designed as a headphones experience. 2016 Ink Stories. So yeah, the writer is Iranian. And the artist was Iranian too. 1979 Revolution. Okay, so I can actually pick different profiles. We'll just use profile 1 because I have not started yet. You can tell the game's already like, ooh boy. So I'm supposed to collect stories about various people. There's a lot of voice acting, so I won't probably not get to voice too much. So I could actually change it to, yes, please show subtitles. I cannot. There's gonna be a lot happening. I could change it to Farsi. So Farsi is the language of Iran. So they made it so that if you are in Iran, you could theoretically play this game. Granted, this game is actually banned in Iran right now because of like government stuff. Like they don't really approve of the content, but was a big controversy about whether or not the game should have been allowed to release, but unfortunately it's still banned in Iran as far as I know. But thankfully they made the game. So Farsi is the language of Iran, and what you mean it's Persian? Yeah. I can't speak it, so I can't help you too much with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and play. And let's see, this is our game that is technically not made in East Asia. We're leaving China and Japan. It is in the Middle East, so it's a little different than, it's not quite the West and not quite the East either. That's why it's the Middle East, right? So this should be a very interesting. And no, this is not about that Black Friday and nothing to do with the shopping. It's an really unfortunate event. So, very controversial. Alright, we have no other choices but to start from chapter 1. I'll read any part that's not narrated, but hopefully the loading times won't be too terrible either. I'm using the Switch version, so. During the summer of 1978, thousands of Iranians flooded the streets and fought for change despite their class, religious beliefs, and political allegiance. The protests erupted into a bloody uprising against Iran's self-appointed king, the Shah. What you're about to experience is based on real, events. Will shape your experience with the revolution of the fates of those around you. So, so this is a safe house in Tehran, the capital of Iran, in 1980. So this is after that day.
If you're listening to this, then it means you received my package. Unfortunately, this will be my last drop, as I've been forced into hiding. With the US hostage situation, it's become unsafe to get anything out of Iran.
Okay, before we get started, I'll add a little bit of backdrop to the game. The Shah is, I think they're talking about, from what I remember, it's Reza Shah, who is the king of Iran at this time. Needless to say, he wasn't very popular at this moment, which is probably why this revolution is going on. There's some controversy about how he was running the country, and they were trying to make a more democratic government. I guess that's the original intent. Well, anyway, things never go that smoothly. So that's who they're talking about, the Shah. Anyway.
You must get these to the press immediately. Many people's lives depend on it, including my own.
Okay, so we need
If anything should happen to me, you must trust Bibi.
We don't know anything about who.
I'm worried that our darkest days are still ahead of us.
It's not going to be fun from this point on either in Iranian history if you read on. Ayatollah Khomeini. Drag the magnifying glass, then press the A button to select. So these are actual real pictures too. So they must have collected them. I'm using a Switch Pro controller if you're wondering what. So without context we don't quite know, but needless to say, there's a lot of controversy. Okay, let's go ahead and start from the top left then.
remember what I said when I first joined the revolution?
In my case, is this revolution worth the sacrifice? So there will be a lot of these choices that I'll have to make, and I guess I'll make the choices that I feel are appropriate. And of course we won't. Yeah, you don't know how far the path is gonna go unless you go on it, right? Peace is the best weapon.
The only way to defeat this violent regime is through peaceful protest.
They found us.
Bibi, what's going on?
Quick, grab the plans. We need to go now.
Okay, where is it?
I think there are multiple endings. Find the plans before time runs out. Use the left stick to move. Approach and press A on hotspot icons to interact.
Find it. Find it.
The Shah left.
Hurry, Reza.
Khomeini arrived. So the
Reza, what are
Ayatollah
you doing?
Khomeini is who we were talking about. Grab secret plan.
Okay, I got it.
I got it. Okay.
You know what to do, Reza John.
Okay.
His name is Reza as well. Reza okay, I need to avoid this.
Hey! Come on!
Uh-oh. Crap, they found me. Well, that's a interesting start. Ink Stories, the developer.
Iran, because of the great leadership of the
That's
Shah,
Reza
is
Shah.
an island of stability in one of the more troubled areas of the world.
I cannot read Farsi very well, so I can't pronounce the names very well.
I'd rather not even remember.
Love. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
That day I wake up early and I went to Charlie Square.
The split in the revolution is already open and threatens to become wider and more dangerous.
There's the writer, Navid Khonsari.
Basically, we believe in the same principles, in the same ideals.
Violence in Iran has escalated sharply in recent months. The main targets have been cinemas, nightclubs, fashionable restaurants.
Nightclubs. Yeah, you won't find that in Iran right now. They've been outlawed because of the religious leaders. They're called the mullahs in Iran, but they are like they're the religious leaders, and don't call them mullahs. That's not the good name for it. And if you're wondering why I know some of this stuff, it's because I've actually been to the country before. Obviously not during this time, but far, far later. I'm not a time traveler. One of us. Oh, this is the prison. Oh shoot, I'm gonna get interrogated. Crap.
You're a very lucky man, Mr. Shirazi. In my former life, I wouldn't have let you live.
Shirazi?
Drink. You must be thirsty. Your chai is getting cold.
Chai is the word for tea in Farsi. Crap. I hope this isn't spiked.
Good.
For now, I don't think we should be resistant.
This could be a very unpleasant place.
Oh boy.
Because here at Evin, we are correcting paths.
You make me sick. I just picked the default because I took too long.
You will learn not to disrespect me. You were one of us. We fought side by side to overthrow the Shah, that Western puppet. What changed? When did you lose your faith?
I had nothing to
Instead
say.
of helping the new regime, you masterminded horrendous acts of violence against us. Are you ready for your redemption? I can save you, Reza.
I'll pick something.
No. You should save yourself.
In the eyes of God, I am saved.
We're not entirely sure what has happened, but...
Open it.
Uh-oh.
Go on, open it. Or are you afraid to confront your past?
Let's look at it. The show is going by really fast.
Rallied our nation to rebel against the Shah. But now, they are being used to identify those who plot against our new Islamic government.
The Islamic Republic.
Good, Aferin. Show me an act of good faith, and I will be fair.
Yeah, the choices go by really fast. So I'm trying my best to...
Reza Shirazi,
That's his full...
you're charged with treason and conspiring to carry out a series of attacks against the Islamic Republic of Iran.
That's the current regime, in case you're wondering.
How do you plead?
I did what I had to do. I have no idea, I'm just making...
Did what I had to do.
Do you know what we do to traitors here in Evin prison?
Torture them until they make a confession?
But you must think of me. I know so much about you, Reza Jan. I know that you are coming from a very well-connected family who are loyal to the Shah. And
the
I
angle
know
he's going.
about your Savak brother Hussein.
Leave my brother out of
I forgot what
this.
Savak means,
Know
actually.
that upon your return from Germany, you joined our fight against the Shah, despite your family's wishes. But what do you know about me? Do you know who I am?
I don't know you.
No, I don't.
Well, I don't at this point in time anyway.
I see. My name is Asadullah Lajavardi. But you already knew that, didn't you? Now, what is my name?
Asadullah Lajavardi.
I'm picking...
Reza. Why can't you show me the decency of remembering my name?
It's not his name, is it?
My name is Asadullah Lajavardi. But here in Evin, they call me Hajar. Now, what is my name?
I actually don't know the significance of that name.
Let's just get this over with. What is my name?
I'll just...
That's all you got? Speak! Harpazan!
I guess thou must.
Haj! Haj Agha! Haj Agha. See? That wasn't so difficult.
I think it's a thou must situation.
Get up. Get up!
It's never fun to be interrogated, is it?
Sit!
So there's things suspecting he's for the Shah now. The one who was ousted, obviously. The Shah as you saw in the news article, the Shah fled, so now the Ayatollah
Reza.
Khomeini is in power.
The 3 men arrested with you have been executed. They confessed.
Oh.
They told us everything. We found your plans to bomb the Revolutionary Guard's headquarters.
I don't know of any plans. Look, I'm just a photographer.
Do you know what this is?
It's not. Looks like a.
Of course you don't. A city boy like you has never had a use for a cattle prod. Until now. It takes about 400 milliamps.
It's a taser.
to
Oh,
stop a human
I see.
body.
It's like a taser.
We don't want that. Not yet.
Yeah, he's like, you're still dead anyway.
25 milliamps? That burns you from the inside.
Oh, jeez.
It could damage an organ if I'm not careful.
So he's like, they really want that information.
But you have been such a good guest. This might not be necessary.
It's sort of like a lift. Now you're wondering if you'd live to fight another day.
In a clear voice for the machine. Give us all the information about your collaborators and the details of your next target. Let's start with your friend, Babak Azad. Who is he? Where can we find him? Is he the one who recruited you?
We don't know any of
Was
this
he
information.
the mastermind
Actually.
behind the attacks in March?
Babak.
Anyway, I think we're gonna go into the story because we wouldn't know this information. Actually, a lot of information we don't know yet because we haven't played that far. I wonder if you come back and you know some of this information, it'll be a lot easier to. You'll be able to choose how better to answer. Kind of interesting. They start you off in an interrogation, and so you feel this helpless of like, I don't know anything. Disco, of course. There used to be discos? Yeah, of course.
Merci. Ta farda.
So,
Reza, what are you doing? Chikar mikoni. I know I'm good looking, but save your film for something important.
this
This is
is
history in the making, Babak.
Now, Bobo, now you're about to see history in the making.
But I have plans for this picture back in Germany.
Oh, yeah? That's nice of you, Reza John.
Oh, not for me, it's for Hannah.
Hannah? Hannah kiye?
Oh, you're gonna like her. She's got a thing for Iranian.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, واقعاً?
Yeah, man. I've told her about you and your legendary disco moves.
John Travolta, Bobo has nothing on me.
Nice.
Here,
And shit, what's this?
listen to it, Reza. Gush kon behesh. It's Khomeini's latest speech, and it just came from France. A new Iran is coming, Reza John, and I'm here to help spread the word.
New Iran.
What do you mean a new Iran?
Yes, a new Iran. For everyone, not just for a few.
Babak, what are you so worried about?
They have eyes everywhere. And these cassettes have become the voice of the revolution and therefore a threat to the regime. Now take it, Bobo. Yeah. You know you want to.
Not sure.
I don't know, Babak.
Bobo, have I ever steered you wrong?
Are you forgetting about Lily?
What? You like the Ramones, she liked the Ramones. It was a match made in heaven.
What, she look like a Ramon?
Okay, you're right. Right. But seriously, you need to check this out. Come on, Reza. Let's change Iran.
I just want to take photos. Or I was just gonna say, not sure.
You can't stay silent anymore, Reza. It's time you choose.
Oh my.
It's just words, Babak.
Maybe to you, it's just words. But to me, it's words that have never been spoken out loud before. The time is now, Reza John. Toino mi fami, you know this. That's why you're here. My final offer, Reza. You ready to get educated?
I guess we could
Gosh,
take the tape.
okay, I'll give it a listen.
I mean, that's all I ask. Okay? But keep it hidden. And whatever you do not listen to it at home. I don't even want to imagine what your mother would do.
You're still scared of my mother, huh?
And you're not?
Fair enough.
Okay, Baba, Bia, let's get a better view. Bibi wants you to capture how big this is
Who's
becoming.
Bibi?
You're gonna like her. This is all because of her.
Oh,
See why I
wow.
told you to save your film?
This is incredible.
This is the future of Iran.
It's the protest.
This is our future.
Ayatollah.
Start taking pictures. Hey, can you read what that says, Reza? Some people call them martyrs, but to me they were victims.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna try to...
I never thought I'd see the day the Shah statue would be trashed.
Heroic martyrdom. Oh, dying martyr was a common theme on the Banner of the Revolution. You can learn more. What happens if I hit X? Protesters held portraits of martyred men, sometimes women, praising their noble sacrifice. Long live the martyrs of the Islamic Revolution. Martyrdom is something of great meaning across many cultures and religions. Muslims respect Imam Hussein, just as Christians hail Saint Stephen, both of whom died for their cause. So Imam Hussein is mostly for the Shia sect of Islam. So it is not true for all Muslims, but for the Shia, which are like Iran and there are definitely Shia Muslims. There's less of them than the other major sect of Islam is Sunni, and they're like the majority, so like most like Muslims are Sunni, but there's Shia as well, and they are spread around. A lot of them are in Iran, and they're all around like the Middle East as well. So I think there are some in Yemen as well. Well, anyway, Yemen is not in a good place right now, but we don't have to talk about that too much here. Anyway, the value of religious self-sacrifice combined with the physical defenselessness against the Shah's well-armed military made martyrdom a common theme on the battles of the revolution. Yep. Oh yeah, this is the... Yes, then... Actually, this is actually pretty cool. They actually tell you more about, like, the Iranian culture. So, oh, by the way, if you heard thank you, it's merci. It's because that's like the common way to say thank you in Iran, in case you're wondering. And yes, it's basically, it's the French word. And because French was very, like, French culture was really liked because of, like, previous Shahs in, like, since the 1800s. So that's why those words became really, popular. Anyway, tea is a cornerstone of Iranian culture. Its consumption is a central focus for family and friends during gatherings, discussing politics, or taking a break. The traditional Iranian way to drink tea is to place a piece of kand, I don't know if I pronounced that right, sugar cube, in between the front teeth to use the cube as a sweetening filter as you sip the tea. Iranians adhere to a specific tea drinking etiquette. It is rude not to offer tea to a guest, and is similarly impolite to decline tea when offered. Oh, they even tell you, like, about your interrogator. Let's see. Okay, so, in short, I'm not gonna read all this. In short, that character is based on, like, a member of the Islamic fundamental group. And I can't actually read that very well. And he was known for excessive and harsh torture of inmates. So it was so bad that he was removed
I have
later.
repeatedly said that neither my desire, nor my age, nor my position allows me to govern. I don't want to have the power or the government in my hand. I am not interested in personal power. It is the Iranian people who have selected their own capable and trustworthy individuals and give them the responsibilities. However, personally, I can't accept any special role or responsibility. After the Shah's departure from Iran, I will not become a president nor accept any other leadership role. Just like before, I limit my activities only to guiding and directing the people.
I see. So I'm actually curious if that's the actual voice clip of the Ayatollah. I'm not sure. Anyway, back to
it. Looks like Khomeini, right? It's Shariat Madari, Grand Ayatollah. I've never seen anything like this. There has to be at least 100,000 people on the streets.
Oh, the Ayatollah Shariat Madari. Oh, by the way, in case if you want to know more about, like, you know, the main character's name is Shirazi. Shirazi means someone who comes from the city of Shiraz, which is a city. It's one of the cities in Iran. It's very nice.